and my individual contribution is important. I have to perform, but at the same time, what we do together is how we go further. So with that said, I have to thank, and Khalif said this as well, but I could not have done this without some partners. One was a community member who said, you know what, you're already doing reverse pitch. What if you did it for high school students? And he said he had a high school student that would have been interested in doing so. So I want to thank partners in the community. But I couldn't have done it without, we all collectively couldn't have done it without Northwestern Mutual and a Froedtart Medical College at Wisconsin and the Bucks all coming together. And we could not have done it without yes, and Khalif and Q saying yes to when we came up with this crazy idea of, hey, what if we tried to pull this off? And so I hope you have all enjoyed this opportunity. We're really excited to hear what you have all come up with and the partnerships you have formed between yourselves to really come up with game-changing solutions, for our sponsors. So thank you very much for all of your hard work, and we look forward to seeing you around. So I'll give it back to Khalif.
Thank you guys again for being here. I'm so excited to present to you guys the students. They did so much hard work. Our students went through the business model canvas along with working alongside mentors, parent supervisors, and just a whole team of people in order to get them to really get their thoughts onto paper and to get this pitch out. So first, we're going to start with our 6th graders from Golda Meir. They don't qualify for internships or anything like that, but they took this pitch challenge from a different angle, and we really want to showcase them tonight. So we're going to go to them first.
Our idea was to sell personalized gifts for birthdays and other special occasions, and we decided to call ourselves Gen Z Cash. We plan to sell items like t-shirts, masks, Christmas ornaments, or other things, and we decided to use Cafe Press to add images or text. Our idea was to sell personalized gifts for birthdays and other special occasions, and we decided to call ourselves Gen Z Cash. We plan to sell items like t-shirts, masks, Christmas ornaments, or other things, and we decided to use Cafe Press to add images or text. Our idea was to sell personalized gifts for birthdays and other special occasions, and we decided to call ourselves Gen Z Cash. We plan to sell items like t-shirts, masks, Christmas ornaments, or other things,
Sorry about our technical difficulties. We'll get back to Gen Z Cash a little bit later, but we're going to get started back with our sixth graders now.
Hi, my name is Diana. I'm a sixth grade student at Golden My Year.
Hi, my name is Camille. I'm also a sixth grade student at Golden My Year.
Hi, my name is Cameron, and I also go to Golden My Year in sixth grade. My idea was the tie-dye lanyards. I decided making tie-dye lanyards is a good way of holding things while making it have a pop of color combined. The price of these lanyards would be $5. My goal is to make 20 or 30 bucks a day. My plan is to make successful tie-dye phone cases to help build our overall business, so we can have a successful business, and then I can invest some of the money for more supplies for the business.
My plan is to make a successful business and also a good amount of money. Tie-dye shirts is a good way of making money. I plan to make at least $20 a day.
Hi, I'm Daniel Asp, and often whenever I have a doctor's appointment, it's a little annoying to always have to go. It's a little annoying to always have to go back and forth from the doctor's office, which often takes a lot of time. So as my topic, I thought of telehealth as its benefit for our society. Most non-emergency endeavors don't require you to directly be in the area. They just require you to have direct eye contact with the doctor and the doctor to know how you're doing. That's stuff like checkups, medicine checks, and minor diseases like a cough or diarrhea. But this will not be a replacement for other important stuff where it is a good idea to go to the hospital or unidentified stuff. So if you don't know how you're feeling, you schedule a telehealth appointment, and then if you have to, you go into the doctor's office. That's how it'll work. That's how it'll work, and it'll save a lot of time getting to and from the doctor's office. So our pitch is you have a bar of things you can do on the top. You can either directly enter a call with a doctor, which is only for if you don't have the time to do a appointment. And if you have an appointment, you can enter it on the second point. To schedule an appointment, you simply have to click schedule an appointment and click a day on the calendar and a time in that day, and there you go. You've got your scheduled appointment ready to go for the next day, week, month, or whatever. It's a perfect idea. It's a perfect idea for minor tasks. Now let's see Noah talk about some other benefits it can have.
My name is Noah Freund, and my idea for it also was that we could have a little search bar so you can search up what you think you have, and then you can click on it, and then you will enter a call with a doctor that either knows a lot or specializes in that area.
The items we're going to be selling are lip gloss, t-shirts, and hair accessories. how much will it cost to make it? So for the tubes and stuff for a lip gloss will cost $51.36. The headbands will be $8. The hair clips will be $1, and the graphic t-shirts will be $40.37. How much money will you sell for the products? The lip gloss will be $5 per lip gloss. The graphic t-shirts will be $12. The headbands will be $6, and the hair clips will be $10. The items we're going to be selling are lip gloss, t-shirts, and hair accessories. How much will it cost to make it? So for the tubes and stuff for a lip gloss will cost $51.36. The headbands will be $8. The hair clips will be $1, and the graphic t-shirts will be $40.37. How much money will you sell for the products? The lip gloss will be $5 per lip gloss. The graphic t-shirts will be $12. The headbands will be $6.
How much will we have left over after we sell all of it? We will still have $5,694.27 even after we bought all our products. We also, and how much money do we need to have to save to live comfortably when we're 60? I think we will need about $800,000. And like to live, like for everything, $500 for a mortgage, $80 for the phone bill, $60 for internet and cable, $180 for lights and gas, and it would be $1,250. Our mascot would be like an aesthetic type of mascot. She will also have things we sell on her. She will be dialed up with all our products.
Okay. So I would suggest at the beginning that you say who you are.
Weren't they amazing? I was just so excited to see their pitches. So we are about to go to our first team, and it is My Home Clinic.
Our team name is RPM. Hi, I'm Priyanka.
I'm Mona.
And I'm Ria, and let's talk about telehealth. Meet Diana S. She is 72 years old and she lives in Milwaukee. She has limited mobility and a chronic health condition. Diana is part of the 11% of people in Wisconsin who are ages 65 and above, and she's part of the 9% of people in Milwaukee who are ages 65 and above. Out of 10 elderly people, 3 don't use technology. More than 1/3 of 65 and above adults face difficulties in telemedicine. There are also various accessibility issues. Barriers to current telehealth among the elderly include provider misconceptions of interest, lack of telehealth training, and telehealth platforms that don't account for the needs of the elderly. There is also a lack of adequate software and hardware. The adoption rate is 50%. By a study based on toplight.com, the market size for telehealth was $45.5 billion in 2019. In 2026, the market size is predicted to be $175.5 billion. Approximately 85% of the elderly in the US have at least one chronic health condition, and Diana falls into this category.
Introducing our solution, My Home Clinic. Our solution tailors to our users based on their level of tech savviness. For people with high levels, the current state works. For people with mid levels, we recommend using our app, which integrates the current telehealth and MyChart software hospitals use while simplifying the user interface. For people with low levels, we recommend our app paired with our hardware solution, a tablet whose only function is to run our app. This eliminates the extra functions smartphones have and simplifies the entire telehealth experience, making it easier for people with low levels. My Health Clinic will also provide a simple guided setup to meet the accessibility needs of our user. Now let's watch a short demo which highlights our features and benefits.
Let's walk through My Home Clinic. When the patient opens the app, they are immediately met with the home screen, which includes 4 options: schedule, visit, My Chart, and questions. The app allows the user to schedule appointments, review test results, and message their doctors. When the user clicks the visit button, it will take them to the appointment screen. The appointment screen takes the user to a list of all their future appointments, and the active appointment will be highlighted in green to make it easier for the user. Once the user clicks the button, it will take them to their doctor's waiting room. In the waiting room, the user can turn on their camera and microphone with a single click. This makes it easier for the user. Once the doctor is ready, he or she can admit the patient into the appointment. The application will allow caretakers to join the call. In addition, the doctor will be able to share test results.
Thanks for the demo, Priyanka. Now I'm going to walk us through some of the business aspects of My Home Clinic. Our prospective client size is the healthcare systems, and our target size is the elderly population itself, standing at 330K in Milwaukee, 780K in Wisconsin, and 54 million nationwide. The costing for our system would include hardware of about $90 per tablet and software of an initial investment of $120K. This software would be sold as a subscription of $7 per user per month. And the software could be purchased alone, or it could be purchased alongside our hardware, which is for the less tech-savvy users that healthcare providers can purchase for $100 per tablet. This data here was produced from our costs and revenues and shows a break-even point between 1,000 and 1,500 users and a startup profit with even more users. And I won't bore you with all the data and the math that goes behind these calculations, but this shows here that healthcare providers will have an increase of savings with the use of My Home Clinic. And finally, we request an ongoing partnership to continue mentorship and increase future internship opportunities to position our solution for an investment of 30% of our initial software costs. And with this prize money, we would go on a cruise in the Caribbean. Just kidding. We would spend a little bit on ourselves after all the work that we put into this, but we want to spend the rest on furthering this project, which we have all grown quite passionate about.
So thank you to Yes and MKE Tech for giving us this opportunity, and thank you to our mentors, Ms. Deepti, Ms. Kate, and Mr. Patrick. And thank you to our adult supervisors, Dr. Arvind Jayapal and Anil Bala. Thank you for listening.
Great job, ladies, from My Health Clinic, My Home Clinic. So now we're going to take some questions from the chat. Participants from RPM, please make sure that you're unmuted so you guys can answer any questions that the audience may have for you guys. This is definitely something that I would like to see in the industry. I cannot wait to see what comes of this amazing project. So I'm going to go to the chat. We'll give it a couple seconds. I see a lot of congratulations. Yes, congratulations are definitely in order. They did such a great job. Any questions? What would you like to see? Feedback? Can you tell us about the hardware tablet?
Yes, we can. So for our product, our hardware comes separate from the software. The hardware will still be bought by the hospitals, but if a user feels like they understand their technology and do not want to have another piece of technology in their hands, they do not have to be delegated one of the tablets. And the tablet itself comes with the software as the only program that it runs, so it's very easy to use for the people who are less tech savvy.
How will seniors access the tech ability?
So our plan is the seniors will choose themselves. It's based on their level of comfort with technology. So ideally, they would choose it themselves.
Okay. So the next question would be, who do you see as the customer for your tech product? And will you sell directly to patients, or will you sell your product to doctors' offices and clinics that will then distribute them to patients?
Yes. So our clients would be the hospitals or the clinics or the facilities which doctors use. And the customers and the patients would be delegated those tablets from the doctor's office, and the hospitals themselves would be paying for it.
Okay, so the next comment was, your presentation was wonderful. I have a question. The Froedtart app is similar. What sets yours apart?
Yeah, so when we were looking, I was like looking at Aurora's stuff and stuff like that, and everything is kind of in different places and it can be hard to use. So ours just puts everything in one place, and there's like 4 simple buttons, so you can't really get confused. Some of those websites, at least for me personally, I get a little confused when trying to like navigate them, and this one is just like easy and simple for people.
And to add to what Priyanka.
Great job. Thank you for your questions. Those were some really insightful questions and answers. So next we'll have Momel.
We are Team Mosaic, and our product is called Momel. Team Mosaic is made up of 4 high school students and 1 amazing adult supervisor. Murdula Gedam is our interviewer, Ruchang Pan is our app developer, Isabel Kramer is our app designer, and I worked on research. Our mentor Molly Schuld is a project manager at Northwestern Mutual. You can find all of our contact information below, so please do not hesitate to reach out. Cancer is a scary topic, no matter who you are. Melanoma, which is the result of pigment-producing cells becoming cancerous, is the most serious type of skin cancer. Melanoma affects Caucasians the most. However, while Caucasians have a 91% survival rate for melanoma, people of color, known as POC, only have a 77% survival rate. In fact, POC are more likely to be diagnosed for melanoma within later stages of the cancer. This happens for 2 reasons. First, because POC perceive their own risk to be low, they may delay getting medical care. Second, doctors are also more likely to overlook melanoma among POC. We had the opportunity to talk with Dr. Scarlett, a dermatologist in Mequon, Wisconsin, about this issue. In her over 22-year career, Dr. Scarlett has only diagnosed melanoma in a Black person once. Dr. Scarlett reported that dermatologists have an internal database in their brain that they cultivate through years of experience that help them in the diagnosing process. These internal databases, however, lack the experience to diagnose Black patients for melanoma. While Caucasians may experience melanoma as a cancer small in their body, POC are more likely to develop melanoma in places that are not typically exposed to the sun, such as the palms, soles of feet, or under finger or toenails, all areas that some dermatologists do not think to check. Not only do these disparities negatively impact POC patients physically, but financially as well. The later the stage of melanoma, the more invasive the removal procedure required, and consequently, the more costly the procedure. Our product is an app that uses artificial intelligence to diagnose melanoma, with the primary target being POC. MoMel relies on a diverse data set that utilizes Black and white images of melanoma in areas such as the palms, soles of feet, and finger and toenails. The unique Black and white data set images make it easier to reveal the edges of melanoma cancers in darker skin tones, and the data sets focus on areas where POC more frequently develop melanoma. Unlike similar apps on the market, such as Skin Vision, our product prioritizes POC and specializes in melanoma instead of a wide range of skin cancers, making it a more effective product for our diagnosing this cancer. Pictured above is what the AI returns. These histograms display the likelihood of clients having melanoma. To the right is the data matrices used to train the AI, currently at 63% accurate. We hope that through more time and funding, we can increase this accuracy rate. Our product meets the displayed need because it provides an easily accessible tool that can more accurately diagnose melanoma. With this app, we hope that POC more likely become aware of the risk they present for melanoma and more likely to seek medical care. The app can access client photo albums where clients can upload photos of problem areas. After processing the photo through the AI, the app will give clients the likelihood of the client having melanoma and a suggestion of whether or not the client should seek further medical care. We do not want this product to replace dermatologists. Instead, we hope that it can be used in conjunction with dermatologists as a preliminary step for more effective melanoma diagnosis. The issues that POC face in relation to melanoma are not only impacting the United States, but global populations. With 1 in 1,000 Black people being affected by melanoma, roughly 1 million Black people are currently at risk for melanoma and may never be diagnosed. The projected cost to build a prototype app is $500 to $1,000. Through our research, our team has discovered that apps such as Skin Vision fail when they overcharge clients for virtual diagnostic exams. Mosaic believes that people should not be financially burdened for exams that could potentially affect their livelihood. As such, we plan to generate revenue through partnerships with organizations such as Froedtart. Our product is not only of value due to its potential societal impact for these organizations, but by the app's ability to contribute valuable data from clients that can opt in to have MoMel use their data. This pitch has been brought to you by Team Mosaic, bridging divides one day at a time.
Thank you, ladies, so much. I never knew so much about melanoma. I'm so glad that you guys picked this target audience, and we just really can't wait to see what partnerships come from this. So now you guys can type your questions in the chat for these ladies. Don't forget that you do have an opportunity to go back to the other presenters later on after our intermission. So I know we kind of cut off the last presenter, but we will definitely go back to her. So let's see what's in the chat for Mosaic. I see a lot of congratulations and great presentation. It definitely was. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so I'm going to reread the question. Could you guys clarify how this would improve software and or hardware access?
Yeah, so as Angie mentioned in the presentation, there have been apps that diagnose melanoma using computer vision. And if you guys look on PubMed or Google Scholar, research surrounding specifically computer vision and melanoma has just been skyrocketing. Honestly, AI in medicine in general has just been skyrocketing. And the biggest problem with these is everyone's researching it, but they're researching for the biggest accuracy, and there's been research that shows the current apps and the current research that's been done, it doesn't work for darker skinned folks. So right now, if we're building this AI and we're making all this, putting all these investments, we're putting all this funding into AI and healthcare, but we're not caring about the implications, or we're not ensuring that minorities are included in data sets, and we're completely ignoring them, the problem is going to become even more prevalent in the future. So I think we need to stop it now, and we need to make sure that when diagnosing melanoma using computer vision, now is the time that we make sure people of every skin color are included, so that in the future, no one's left out or left behind, and then it will be too late to fix.
And to piggyback on that, the prompt is really asking how to get populations that aren't really addressed in telehealth into telehealth. And I think that POC are frequently discriminated against within AI. So that's what our product is really targeting, to bridge these divides in AI, where POC are frequently discriminated in, and in telehealth as well, and in regular health, in melanoma. So this is really bridging the divide in AI and focusing on POC.
So the next question is, who will pay for the product? And will the patient, or will the healthcare system pay for it?
Well, oh, sorry, Isabel, you can talk about it.
Okay, so we kind of understand the value of having an app that covers something that really needs to be covered, and that's data sets in people of color, essentially. And so what we're trying to do is we're not having the patients pay for the app, because there's already apps out there that patients are essentially paying just for a diagnosis, which is not fair, because essentially you shouldn't be put at a disadvantage, especially in healthcare. So what we're thinking of doing is we recognize the value of data, especially in the growing world of AI and data science. So what we're thinking is we have the users have an option to opt into having their data connected to the hospitals, in this case, Froedtart. Froedtart will use that data, and they could, the user will have the ability to consent to the data being sold, because we don't want to just sell people's data. And because the data has such value, Froedtart can make essentially some kind of advantage and set itself apart by having that data, and that'll make it more competitive. So, and the software is already essentially there.
Okay, so we're gonna take one more question, and don't forget, you guys can get your questions answered in the chat and after our intermission. So how do you plan on accessing, how do you plan to market and access the awareness for people of color?
Yeah, so Isabel just mentioned that data is a huge part of what we do in building ethical data sets. And honestly, that was one of our biggest struggles, because I know, especially in the Black community, a little less for other groups of color, but there is a sense of distrust due to historical wrongs, especially with data when it comes to medicine. And I think it would be totally ignorant if we ignored that. And so, speaking with some of my friends and community members, I think the best way to reach out to POC and increase awareness is through community, and specifically reaching out to people, talking to people, building relationships with community leaders. Just because I think, like Isabel said, we need to buy data. And if we simply asked people like, oh, hey, can you please give us your data? Do you have melanoma? Please give us this. I don't think we would get very far with that. So after talking, raising awareness within the community, I think if we were to actually implement this starting in Milwaukee, we'd reach out to the community, reach out to community leaders, speak with people who live in the community, people who have been affected by melanoma, and see how they feel about their data being collected, or how they would reach out to other people, or how amplify their voices, see how they would want it. I don't know. I think it's just very difficult, especially with data and historically, and just there's a lot of things to consider. So I think the best way would be community engagement. Yeah.
Yeah, and to add on to that, like social media can play like a huge part in raising the awareness. So like having like Facebook or Instagram chats and like groups to basically raise awareness for this is also pretty. I think that's like one of the ways we can market this.
And last point, just to piggyback, this also brings awareness to the dermatologists who don't necessarily see this out on the job. So by bringing awareness to dermatologists when they see things in action, for example, if there's a POC coming in, they might be more aware through this app and realize, hey, this mole's a little strange, maybe this is melanoma, when in real life, that's not really happening because they're not really trying to diagnose melanoma in POC. So by bringing awareness to dermatologists, that also brings awareness to patients by proxy. So through this whole chain, we're bringing so many people closer to this issue about melanoma struggling with POC struggling with melanoma.
Awesome. So now we are going to switch it up and start talking about money. Next, we have fund faction.
Introducing the fund faction. The more you save,
the more discounts you get. So now the agenda we have today is we're going to be talking about the introduction, the problem, the solution we have, the financials behind it, our team, and then we're going to leave time for questions.
Introducing the fund faction from Kinder Prep Lutheran High School. Her team name is the Fund Faction. Her product name is Save for Savings. Our contact information is down below.
So the problem we decided to take on was that younger generations are struggling with saving. So what we found is that high school and college students are not engaging in long-term saving practices, which can lead to not knowing how to properly save later on in the future. Some evidence that we found to support this was from NerdWallet, and they said that from Gen Zers, 41% feel anxious about finances, 40% feel confused, and 32% feel frustrated. On top of this, 46% of parents with children under 21 would rate their knowledge of financial fitness to be a C or lower.
Her solution, introducing Save for Savings. This app takes extra change that you receive back from the purchases and put it in a private account. This app also has reward systems for achieving saving goals, and you can redeem points for coupons to local businesses, local as there's one business called Tall Bar Kicks. I feel like that can give them more exposure if we start to do that. And this solves our problem because it encourages teens to save money and it returns rewards for saving up properly. It also gives back to the economy. Looking at similar savings apps such as Unicorns with 8.2 million users, they all seem to do remarkably well. Considering the features this app, we all believe that will work.
So now we're going to be talking about how the app would work. As Jaden said, the app rounds up change from purchases and stores it in a separate account for long-term saving. The app will link to the customer's bank account, and for every purchase the customer makes, the app will round the purchase up to the nearest dollar. So, for example, if you buy gum for $1.75, it will take the extra 25 cents and put it in your bank account. We're going to be doing a test run once we make it. just to make sure everything works as intended. And our product is different from the competition because it both rewards you for saving properly, and it helps Milwaukee businesses get exposure and customers. So now we're going to be talking about the financials and the costs and financial potential of it. The app will be free. We want to match the price of other money-saving apps such as Current. We also understand that high school students and college students are more likely to use an app that is free since income is limited. We decided only having a fee of 3% for any amount of change over 30% rounded to the nearest cent. If 10% of Milwaukee residents use our app and they spend, say, 50 cents per day, the app will make $1,099.09 just in fees. Depending on the success of the app, Milwaukee businesses would financially support our product in order to have their coupons on the app. The previous statement up above doesn't include the possibility for an influx of customers. And so now we are introducing the team. I'm Seth Motto. I'm a designer and a sophomore. Jaden Purnell, he's also a designer and he's also a sophomore. We also have Peter Kepler, who's our team mentor. He does product reliability. He's a product reliability engineer at Palantir Technologies. And then we have Sydney Giovinazzo, who's our adult supervisor and director of student experiences.
The way we want to continue and award money, outgoing partnerships. We would love to continue our partnerships and more case competitions, coaches on how to grow at my own business, and related internships. And we also came up with this save, spend, and give with the reward money. I said I would save half of it, and then that would help my TT out over rent because I know she needs it.
Then what I would be doing with my share of it is that I would save half of it, and then I would use the other fourth to help my family with expenses, and I would use the final fourth on myself. So thank you for coming. If you have any questions or opinions on our product, let us know.
Great job. So do we have any questions for Fun Faction? I see a lot of nice jobs, very impressive, well done. They love the way that small businesses are supported through your product. Very important. Do we have any questions? Okay. Many local businesses are willing. Are there many local businesses willing to use this system? Or do you foresee many local businesses using the system?
Well, I contacted two businesses, which I had said in the video. I said Powerball Kicks. I contacted them, and they said that. They said that they would love to do something like that.
This indication.
We're gonna go to another question. Great response. I'm glad that you guys are getting a lot of feedback from that. Are there any particular groups of people that will target as customers, like younger people specifically? Or would you focus on users in the Milwaukee area or eventually expand to other cities?
I think like once you start to get popular, then we will fan out to other cities. But right now, we're more focused on like the Milwaukee area.
Thanks for that. Do we have any more questions? Oh, I do see one. How do you develop your partnerships with small businesses? How will you develop partnerships with small businesses?
So we'll develop partnerships with small businesses by starting off by just contacting them at first and seeing if they would be interested in having their coupons on our app. And then over time we can get more and more involved with them, such as like maybe providing advertisement on our site for it.
Okay, awesome. Now we are going to go to Lauderdale.
We are Lauderdale. Lauderdale is our hiding place, a place of safety and comfort.
Our group name is JACK, which is an acronym for our first initial. The app name is called Lauderdale, which means a hiding place or a place of safety and comfort. And from this slide here, you can see all of our contact information. And if you need to contact us or if we need to provide anything to you, then you can contact us with that right.
So what is the problem? We wanted to answer the question, how do we make telehealth more accessible? Mainly focusing on mental health and then even more specifically depression in people ages 13 to 25, which is middle school and college level. 13% of people in the US ages 12 through 17 had depression in 2017, and that's 3.2 million people just ages 12 to 17. And that's a lot of people who have depression in the United States. And I would assume that it went up since then because 2020 happened and a pandemic and stuff like that. It was hard to find data that matched like now, but 2017, that's what that was. And 21% of people in the US 18 to 29 in 2019 had depression. The depression rate is 4% to 7% and as high as 20% of adolescents by the time they reach adulthood. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in 2013 to 2017, 9.5 adults in Milwaukee, Wisconsin were sent to a psych ward, and 27.6% of youths were sent to a psych ward. Depression app Lauderdale, we have a questionnaire for you guys to write out. So first, it would ask the following questions. Have you been diagnosed or have you been dealing with depression? In what ways do you cope with depression? And have you ever encountered someone with depression?
with this app, we would like to offer like inspirational quotes, happy playlists, and anonymous chats so that way you can connect with someone other than yourself. We would set daily reminders for people, like if they choose to, just like to eat, drink water, and daily exercise. In the end, we have asked 5 friends if they would use this app, and then they had also said yes.
So we would like to present the outline of the product, and there will be a total of 9 screens. The sign in and sign up screen, the home screen where you would see most of the quotes and some of the like posts people are making. There will be another screen for chatting. So, people can connect together and talk about, each other's depression, try to help each other. There's a journaling where they can just like write to themselves and write about their day, things like that. There's also the mood tracking screen, which we recently just went over. There are the settings, which might not include a lot, but it might help them like personalize the app for them. The format will kind of be like Instagram if you're familiar with the social media. Last thing I would like to add is our app offers licensed therapists to help you with your depression that you may need.
This is our app layout, what we think our home screen would look like, which is, and then I have a picture of Instagram, Instagram's layout next to it, because that's what we would like to reference. So first you would see either quotes or funny memes or personalized affirmations for them. And then at the bottom of the screen, like on Instagrams, there will be a home screen, a home icon, a journaling icon, a playlist, TV recommendations, and movies icon, a mood tracker and to-do list icon, and a profile and settings icon. And then in the top right corner, normally where you would see the DMs, the likes, and the adding a new post, you would see the chat room and notifications that you could set.
Ladabeel is unique because our 2 competitors, Talkspace and BetterHelp, are service-based and charge our community. We are a social-based platform, meaning users can access the resources they need at no charge to them.
So let's talk about money. How would we make money? The first way we would make money is through advertising, like on Instagram. The second way we would make money is with partnering with healthcare, and this would reduce costs and help them better connect to their patients. The third and final way we would make money is by helping other platforms connect to their users, such as universities and Spotify, which we wanted to use to give our users happy music and happy recommendations they can listen to. So how much would we need for this? It will cost around $75,000 to build Ladabeel. So why would we need the $75,000? We would need the $75,000 for developing our platform and staff expenses.
The team that will be making this possible is me, Joseph Hill, Anaya Small, and Kennedy Luckett. The mentors that have helped us along the way, we would like to thank you.
So, how would we use this partnership? We would ask for an internship at a hospital to learn more about like what stimulates happiness and such when you're depressed, so we can better our app and maybe get a prototype in 6 months. And what do we plan to do with the money we earn? Kennedy, me, plans to save most of her money and invest in acting classes.
Anaya, I will plan to use this money to save up for a car for the future.
Jody, I would use some of the money for myself and also save and invest the rest of the money for my future life.
Thank you for the opportunity so we can present to you today.
I especially like their little wave at the end. That was so cute. So now we are going to go to audience members to ask questions about their products. Okay, so there are apps similar to Latabule already present in the App Store. So what sets Latabule apart from all the others?
So what sets Latabule apart from others is there's a reminder feature that would remind you like every 30 minutes or like an hour or something, which we noticed that the the reminders app, like it doesn't do that like in intervals like that. So what typically happens when you're depressed, you forget to do things, like you feel unmotivated for stuff. So essentially our app wants you to help you feel more motivated to do stuff, which a lot of depression apps already have, but I feel like the reminder feature is something unique we have. And also before the app is deleted, it will be like a questionnaire asking you how we helped and what improvements we could make. And before the app is like you enter the app, I guess when you're signing up, there will be a questionnaire to get you to like chat sections and stuff that probably people who are experiencing the same things went through or are talking about, because it feels better once you get it out in the open and stuff.
Okay, so another question is, how will chat users be moderated to ensure bullying and other harmful behaviors don't occur that could potentially worsen their depression?
Like regarding around bullying, like if there's any like if someone were to comment in chat and like disrupt like people who are like trying to get help, then you could report them, and then we, like the developers of this app, we would like get the notification, and then they would be like suspended from the app for about 30 days. That way they're not only like disrupting other members of this app, but also like they're but they should also like be respecting like the guidelines and like the terms for this app.
There would also be like mental health people monitoring the chat rooms, just to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. And if somebody were to like talk about hurting themselves or hurting others, of course you would see something that says you like violated the guidelines, and probably direct you to a hotline you could call to help you, because that's a serious issue.
Okay, awesome. We are going to move on to our next group, HOSA, and don't forget that we will go back to your questions during the intermission.
Hi, I'm a part of Team HOSA, and today I will be presenting our solution to the problem of telehealth access. My name is Harshman, and I worked with Opal, Sarah, and Ashe to come up with our solution. Our mentors were Kelly Huber and Jen Moore. For our problem, we recognize that underinsured and uninsured people do not have access to healthcare and telehealth, and the cost of telehealth is way too high in general, and especially for the under and uninsured. And we also recognize that students need clinical hours to graduate, and we will be providing that at their convenience. For our solution, we know that dental students and medical students in their 3rd and 4th year are allowed to treat patients with supervision of a licensed dentist and physician. And that's why dental schools such as Marquette have their own clinics and are able to provide dental care at an extremely reduced cost. With students and residents actually providing care, the cost can be brought down considerably, and we would ensure that a patient needs this care using their financial situation, aka monitoring their insurance coverage statement form 1095-A, or checking their decertification letter certifying that they have no insurance. This would benefit both the uninsured patients because they would get care, and the students because they will be getting the much needed clinical hours for them to graduate. For our product, we have a proof of concept for you right here. We will be, on top, we have our home page, and then we will allow them to schedule an appointment after signing up and uploading their decertification letter, which we will approve. And then they will also be paying through our website. For the finances, the scale of problem stretches to around 200,000 people in Milwaukee that are underinsured because of Medicaid or Medicare, and even more that are uninsured. And in Wisconsin, 323,000 people are uninsured, meaning they have no insurance, and many more that are underinsured. And for the United States, 28.9 million people have no insurance in our country, and even more that are underinsured. For the cost of our product, we will be charging around $25 on average for a visit, which is considerably lower than telehealth costs and for in-person visits. For our predicted revenue, even if we are able to attract 15% of the uninsured people only in Wisconsin, it would stretch to around $1.2 million. And after subtracting our expenses, our profit alone would be around $800,000. I also wanted to present our TAM, SAM, and SOM. So for telehealth, the market worldwide is $61.4 billion. And then because we are limited because of geographical location and being able to provide care in our first year of business, it'll be around $15.4 million, our serviceable available market. And then because there are many fish in the sea, we would guess our serviceable attainable market to be around $2.1 million. For the ask, we are asking Froedtart for mentorship and guidance because this is our first business, and we would love to partner around the whole educational arm and have the backing of an accredited institution such as Froedtart and the Medical College of Wisconsin. And since you already have a HIPAA-compliant video conferencing software and we will be using telehealth to get to patients, we would love to access that as well. And if we were awarded the $2,500, we would use it for our college apps because we are applying to quite a few schools. And that is the end of our presentation. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to us. Here's our contact information. Thank you so much.
Another great pitch, another great idea. We are going to go to the chat to see if we have any questions. So if a professional supervision is still required in addition to these students, how will the cost be reduced?
Thank you for the question, Angela. So for the cost, actually, because the supervising physician will not be supervising each step or the entire procedure, they will only be checking in on certain points. And that's how we will reduce the cost, and same goes for dentists.
Awesome. I see awesome pitch. Nice job. Great job. Do we have any more questions? If not, we're going, oh, what services would dental students provide?
Yeah, I understand that the telehealth with dental students or dentistry can seem kind of non-existent, but it is a very real thing. Advice on teeth whitening or general checkups or any kind of flossing advice or pediatric dentistry, which is usually just management with children, or toothaches that require a prescription and not so much an examination from a dentist, and many more diagnosis can be done online. And that's the kind of care dental students will be expected to provide, of course, with supervision.
Great answer. So now we are going to go to financial prodigy. for our last pitch.
We are Finance Prodigy, and my name is Deontay Chappelle, and I'm here with my teammates Angelina, Kamani, and Isaac.
We want early teens and young adults to be invested in financial goals by using their favorite brands to buy for them as a way to get them to invest. We also want to stop teens and young adults from wasting their money on materialistic items and to invest in the companies to grow their money. Around 3.5 billion adults globally don't have the basic financial skills, which is 67% worldwide. Having financial skills can help you have enough money for retirement, and being financially educated gives teens the tools they need to strike out when alone and going to college to live a balanced life after college.
For our market trend slide, we wanted to show a brief example of what's going on with investments and why investing earlier is the best thing to do possible. So, for example, Jack was 25 years old. He contributed for 10 years. He only contributed $200, but he stopped contributing in 10 years, and eventually he invested around a total of 24,000, and he also made the same amount as Jill, but Jill started at 35 and she was investing for the rest of her life, but they ended up making the same amount. But imagine if Jack invested for the rest of his life, he would have way more. And the reason why we picked this slide was because we want the kids to understand that if you invest early, that you're doing all the hard work now and you can rest later.
Okay, the solution benefits. Learning at your own pace makes you feel more accomplished when you learn certain skills. You feel more confident in your work when you aren't being compared to other people. You get rewards such as coupons and free items from brands for investing in them.
This app can help teens learn how to save money instead of wasting it right away. This also can help young adults learn new skills while in college. Finally, young adults can gain money to help pay for their college tuition, or if they're not going to college, to start a retirement fund.
Our product is an app called Innovative Investments. The app rewards the uses for investing in stocks and keeping track of their stocks with coupons to help them not get lost in all the stocks with a guide. Our product helps kids to learn at an early age to want to invest in stocks and see the benefits of learning how. What makes Innovative Investments unique is how it teaches at your own pace and rewards you on keeping track of your stocks and actively using the app. When students understand how the Innovative Investments app work at an early age, if they make poor decisions, they will gain more knowledge and experience with investing so that they are prepared when they really want to invest. Our app will teach them how to plan for their financial future by encouraging ways to get them to have an idea of investing and how important it is.
Even though the US is one of the largest economies, America is rated 14th when it comes to percentage of adults who are financially literate. Only 57% of Americans are financially literate. In 2009, people were asked in Milwaukee, suppose you had $100 in a savings account and the interest rate went up 2% per year. After 5 years, how much do you think would your account have gone up if you left the money to grow? Only 42% of people could answer that correctly. This has gone down about 5% in 2019 to 37%.
So basically this slide is explaining how much we would need to start this app. And first we would need a backend developer for trading servers costs, and that costs about $40,000 a year. The next we would need is a startup database to have the data held in the program, and that costs about $2,000 to $10,000 to set up, but that's the only fee. A computer architect to plan for security of the platform costs about $80,000 a year, and the total cost would be from $122,000 to $130,000 just to start up, and we can go from there the bigger our app gets. Ways we can make money with this app is we can have our own currency included in the platform for people to invest in this idea. We will also have a transaction fee from every trade that is sold. And we will also have a $5 monthly fee to everyone with an active trading account, not a demo trading account, because we understand that we want our kids to learn first before they actually get to investing. So the demo account will be free, where it will be real market time, but it would just be fake currency and they can understand how to invest in the market. The reason I chose mentorship was because I believe the most important thing a young entrepreneur can have is a mentor that they can go to for advice when they start to begin their entrepreneur journey. And that's more important than just any other partnership or like an internship, because you can gain an actual relationship with them and they can guide you through every step of the way. And let's say we graduated college and then wanted to come back, we will have them and we can do business and then we can partnership later. What I would do with the reward money is I would take 50% of the reward money and reward myself if we win. And 50% would be towards investing into stocks, my personal knowledge, or I will also put into a savings account.
I chose sponsorship because not only is sponsorship also partnership, but you get more benefits with having sponsorships. And then what I would do with my reward money is I will save the money that I get to help pay for me to get to Paul Mitchell Cosmetology School once I graduate high school.
For my partnership, I would choose internship because I prefer to learn up close when it comes to learning a new job. And for the reward money, I would save it up for a plane ticket to Florida.
Personally, as far as the partnership, I would choose the internship. I think it'd just be beneficial to learn under someone who is successful, and with the experience that I'll gain from the internship, it'll prepare me for future employment, or potentially someone might extend an offer to me for employment. As far as the reward money, I would divide it evenly between just money for my personal use, and then I'd probably put the rest of it towards my music.
Another amazing pitch. We are going to go to questions. We're going to take a couple, and then we're going to do the sixth grader that we have to get back to. Then after that, we'll do a brief intermission. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of order. So can we get some questions for Financial Prodigy? I see great job, smart idea. They love the visual, the importance of saving money early, even if it seems a small amount. Yes, that was a really, really nice nugget that he gave. Are any of you current investors in the stock market?
Currently, I am an investor in the stock market. I have invested in a few stocks such as Apple and Amazon, but it's like small little portions, like $10 here, $10 there.
That is amazing.
Awesome. Invested for this virtual stock market game, and I did pretty good in that. But that's about as much as I've done in investing.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for your answers. We are going to go back to that sixth grader.
Our idea was to sell personalized gifts for birthdays and other special occasions. and we decided to call ourselves Gen Z Cash. We plan to sell items like t-shirts, masks, Christmas ornaments, or other things. And we decided to use Cafe Press to add images or text. Our idea was to sell personalized gifts.
So congrats again to our sixth graders. They worked so hard. It was like 50 of them. So they did an amazing job. I'm so grateful that we were able to highlight them as well. So now we are about to get to this intermission. Are you guys excited? I cannot wait to figure out who won. So I am going to put the link in the chat. We have a couple questions for you. You're going to click the link and the answer should pop up on the screen and we will get started. Okay, so hopefully you guys have a chance to click the link. You should see a link at the top of the screen and it will prompt you to answer the questions. So the first question is, which business brought you here? Was it Jack? Was it AC? Was it RPM, HOSA, Mosaic, or Kingdom Prep? Make sure you guys go to the link that's on the screen right now so you can participate in the chat. Okay, so you can also click the link in the chat in order to vote. But when you go to this link that's on the screen right now, you're going to be voting for which team you brought here, which team brought you here. So how would you describe tonight's event? So I see impressive, fun, creative, techie, crazy, inspiring, wow, thought-provoking, smart, talented, encouraging, inspirational. Somebody drew something. Have you ever heard of reverse pitch before? A lot of people say yes. Okay. Oh, okay, now it's going. So most people are familiar with reverse pitch. Okay. You guys are still voting. So it's a pretty even number. Okay, so pretty much everybody of a pretty even amount have heard of it or haven't heard of it. So if you haven't heard of it before, well, now you have. So that's really awesome. I'm glad that this was your first time. You got to see a lot of amazing students do a lot of good work. So would you be interested in seeing these solutions in the real world today? 100% said yes. Okay, so we got some people who need more information. You can also put your questions in the chat. Okay. So 96% said yes. I want to see them too, especially the mental health app, because that's my field and I'm not at liberty to say the other reason why I would like to see it, but I want to see all of them. I look forward to seeing partnerships between the students. So yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, we got a couple more questions before we get to. All right. Would you attend another reverse pitch? Okay. That's a high percentage of no, 7.1. We are going to invite you guys anyway, because I think you just haven't got the hang of it yet. Don't worry. By your third invite, you'll love it, okay? So yes, we're still going to invite you anyway. Thank you for coming. So we have just a couple more questions. Thank you guys for your patience. So what was your favorite pitch? What? I think they're just clicking really fast. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay, I cannot give my favorite pitch. They all were my favorite pitches. If I had the money, I would give them all the prize money. So yeah, so we are going to give you guys at least 10 more seconds to fill up the chat for everybody or fill up the votes for everybody. So if you voted for one person, go back and vote for somebody else. We want to make sure that everybody is acknowledged on here. I'm seeing a lot of it wasn't in the chat. It wasn't an option, so you can put it in the chat as well. All right, thank you guys for your participation. We are now going to let the judges deliberate, but while we're waiting for them to do that, if you guys had any questions that were not answered before, now is the time to do so. So we're gonna open up the chat. Questions, comments? All right, if we don't have any, oh, we do have some questions. Okay, so if you didn't get a chance to vote, make sure that you put your vote in the chat. We're gonna give the judges another 3 to 5 minutes. We know we're a little bit over, so thank you for your patience. And if we don't have any questions, we will definitely be playing some music. I see a lot of that. You guys were very impressed. Great work. Oh, you were curious to find how the teams found out about the program and what schools each team was from. So we did a lot of advertising and had administrative contacts from the different schools we knew of, but if you have a school that was not represented here, you can put your information in the chat and we will make sure that we get you involved in the next reverse pitch. We can always, we are also going to be able to give you guys some contact information if you students want to drop your emails in the chat to respond to questions that were not answered. We are going to put a timer on and give you guys a chance to go to the bathroom or do whatever you need to. So please meet us back here in 3 minutes.
thank you everyone for joining us today for Reverse Pitch. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you for all the mentors, Ms. Benitria for heading the program. Thanks for everyone for joining and watching. And now for what everyone has been waiting on, the winners. So the third place winner, and let me just start by saying that everybody did a great job. So please, everybody's a winner. Everybody doesn't get a chance to win, but we have to choose a couple winners. So third place goes to HOSA. So give a round of applause, some virtual snaps for HOSA. Second place, it was very, very close. But second place goes to Mosaic. Mosaic, congratulations at second place. And now, drum roll, please. First place goes to, and let me just say one more thing before I say that. I just want to thank everybody. Milwaukee is a great place. And just know that if you didn't get first place, you live in the best place for entrepreneurs in the country, thanks to MKE Tech Hub. So now, for first place, it goes to RPM. Congratulations, RPM. Congratulations. So to close out, again, thank you all. And leave with a quote. The great poet John Jenkins says, "The world is yours and everything in it. It's out there. Get on your grind and get it." Hey, everybody have a great night.
Thank you so much.